Well, Santa Barbara has a tradition perhaps like no other city in America. It's a tradition of community involvement and participation, and it comes in the form of advisory groups. Up next, we start off a new series about these groups with an inside look at the Architectural Board of Review.
For well over a century, advisory groups have played an integral role in the workings of the city of Santa Barbara. These boards, committees, and commissions do everything from recommend how much you pay for your water to determine the compatibility of building construction.
The purpose of different advisory groups is to give the City Council the community's opinion on various policies and issues. So it's a way for the City Council to reach out to the community and get a broad range of opinions from people of all walks of life.
One of the oldest boards is the Architectural Board of Review, or ABR. Its very existence is a testament to the idea that something positive can come out of disaster. By the early 20th century, Santa Barbara's multicultural past had resulted in a built environment that was a hodgepodge of architectural styles. In 1922, the Community Arts Association formed a group called the Plans and Planting Committee, which campaigned to create a more uniform style of architecture in Santa Barbara. When a massive earthquake leveled much of the city in 1925, it provided the Plans and Planting Committee a clean slate they couldn't have imagined.
The ground had barely stopped shaking when community leaders were meeting and saying, this is our chance. And these community leaders realized that they had shining examples of the Barrow Theater, the El Paseo, the City Hall, Santa Barbara High School. And these buildings, built in this sort of Spanish style, had survived the earthquake. And they were saying, this is our chance. This is what Santa Barbara should look like.
The original Architectural Board of Review was created that year to ensure quality construction and to establish Spanish colonial revival as the de facto style of architecture in Santa Barbara.
The originators of that thought that it was a great locale, great Mediterranean climate, good sunlight, all that kind of stuff that actually helped make a kind of a Spanish Andalusian Mediterranean architecture really prevalent.
83 years later, the duties of the ABR have changed little.
Primarily, we review projects that are either multifamily or commercial in nature. And the purpose is really to nurture the architecture of the city and protect the neighborhoods and to make sure that what's getting built in the city is appropriate and keeping within the architectural style.
We are looking at the mass bulk and scale of the project. We look at the circulation, the vehicular circulation. We look at neighbor privacy issues. If they're presenting a certain style, are they being true to that style? Are there elements of several styles put together? And if so, do they make sense or not make sense?
And if you have concerns about a project's mass, bulk, and scale, or neighborhood compatibility, the ABR is the place to voice them.
The building is gorgeous. I do agree with it. It's a natural, nice-looking building. It fits in to me. The style does, but not the third floor, not the bulk, mass, and the scale.
When we have so many advisory group boards meeting on a regular basis, it gives a lot of different avenues for the public to follow what's going on in the city and also participate by watching, observing, and commenting at those meetings as well.
The design review process may take some time, but architects and applicants usually agree their projects are better because of it.
The project has more eyes on it, more people looking at little problem areas that maybe the architect and designers aren't looking at particularly or don't have time to. And it's nice to have this feedback. Most communities, the feedback is after it's built.
And the applicants aren't the only ones to benefit from the process.
One of the biggest things I've gotten out of it is my ability to speak in larger groups. When I take projects to other boards in town, because there's several other boards in town, I usually have a very clear sense of what they're looking for.
I also think that I've gotten out an overall understanding of how the city building and zoning operates, which has helped me in my business and allows me to, at that level, also partake in other discussions with city staff and zoning planning people, helping craft different ordinances and things as they've come through the pike in the last couple of years.
So no matter what your interests are, there is a city advisory group for you. They offer one of the most accessible ways to give back to your community and participate in your government.
You really have the opportunity on a regular basis to dig into the issues, understand them more thoroughly, and really be a player and be a participant and make a difference.
The council really listens to what these boards and commissions say, and so in some cases their opinion will change the course of a decision.
I realized it was time for me to do something for the community that I could actually do some good in, and have an input in, and I think I can do that.
For more information or to apply for an advisory group, go to the city's website, santabarbaraca.org.